Hello lovelies, are you a member of my Old World Design Society yet? If not, check the link in this video description because you'll have access to 3 design classes per season, flea market tours with me, a private design forum, and so much more. You can be a basic member or get a print or digital magazine with your society membership. You are not alone in your love for creating beautiful spaces, so join my Old World Design Society today. Hello lovelies, I'm Angela and this is Parisienne Farmgirl. Bienvenue and welcome to my channel. It's finally gardening season. I'm sure that you are sick of me saying it's almost here as much as I was sick of saying it. But it's here. I've been out here 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hours a day having such a great time. I did get a jump on the season because for the first time ever as a gardener, I have a new outdoor greenhouse space and it's been fantastic. I got a quick tent, hoop house, and greenhouse. You can see it in the background and I'm feeling extremely blessed because as of a few weeks ago, I have had tomatoes and peppers and basil in the ground, which is just simply unheard of here where we live. Right about now, beginning of June, is when you dare to put in those tender plants. So I'm thrilled. I'm going to show you a little bit of the construction because I'm super impressed with it. And I'm even more impressed because we've had some really strong spring winds come ripping through, and that thing takes a beating and just keeps standing. I'm just ecstatic. This is the first time ever. And this right here is the new back of the house garden space that you saw us create last year. So it's sort of in process. We're gonna put up some cute shutters and we're going to continue to add charm. But right now I have 6 beds that the boys built for me last year, and these beds are full of annuals. So these are going to be all flowers that I can simply cut for arrangements and bring them into the house, enjoy, give them to friends, and I don't have to worry about removing flowers from the front garden where I always feel sort of guilty every time I take them out and bring them into the house.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on.
The great thing about this greenhouse is that it was really easy to put together. So that was helpful because we were both under the weather when we assembled it. So considering how we were feeling, I think we knocked it together splendidly. We put down some cardboard in a U shape, trying to create as much growing space as possible. The great thing about this is that it brings this space in our garden down about 300 to 500 miles south, so I can have a lot of heat and get the jump on my tenders. When it gets too hot, I can open the zippers, I can open the windows and create airflow. All in all, I think this is going to be a fantastic, really useful addition to our garden. So this is the quick tent where I have my tomatoes and my peppers. I want to take you inside. I'm probably really overdressed for taking you inside because it's like a sauna in there, which is just incredible. I did bring out my citrus. My citrus have a pest from the indoor greenhouse, the conservatory. They need to be attended to. They're looking rather sad, but at least they are enjoying the heat for now. And so are my tomatoes and my peppers. And this year I did something really cool. I got advice from a local farmer who puts his cucumbers in hanging baskets in his greenhouse. So I'm trying that and I'm really looking forward to the results because I love to make barrel pickles for the family. So come and see these hanging baskets and my new greenhouse.
I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm just loving this moment.
I simply ordered these little hanging baskets off of Amazon. Everything's been fertilized. It's really warm in here. Everything desperately needs a drink, but I'm just going to train the vines up on all the supports. And I have all the tomatoes and the basil planted on this side and the peppers planted on this side. And now I'm going to take you to the front potager and cottage garden and show you what is blooming this first week of June there. With gardening, you have to sort of surrender to the process. Some years are just fabulous successes, and other years there are some pretty distinct failures. This year the tulips were a failure. I ordered hundreds of a beautiful tulip called Belle Epoque, and what I got was a bright orange tulip. Belle Epoque is usually a very mauve with some hints of green. It's very sort of a sepia color, and I was pretty disappointed when bright orange tulips came up. And any other tulips that I had planted last fall were devoured by voles. So that was extremely heartbreaking to have such a late winter and then to see so much of my hard work not come out of the ground. Now, this urn is bringing me some really great color. I don't use a lot of yellow in my garden, but I did do these bright yellow with the nice magenta complementary colors on the color wheel. So it gives that pop of color here in the corner, which is great because I have some really bright green hosta behind me and the bleeding hearts. So this is a kind of a unique color palette corner for my garden, but nonetheless, I'm very, very grateful for these tulips in particular. I've got a few more decisions to make this year in the gardens. Not everything is what you want it to be. Sometimes the voles eat your tulips. Sometimes you get the wrong tulips in the mail. Sometimes you decide that there's a plant you no longer like. I usually give a plant a year or two till I make a final decision. And I have made my decision about this Alchemilla mollis. This is lady's mantle, but it's a different variety than the other ones I have in my garden, which are my absolute favorites. This, ooh, let's see if I can pull it out. You can see is a little bit more of a chandelier style. There's a lot of stem in between the foliage, where other ones are much more full. It's a beautiful plant. The water lands beautifully on the leaves. It looks like little balls of mercury, but I don't, go away. I don't love this particular style. It especially is affected when we have big thunderstorms that come through. It really splays out, even if you support it. It just ends up looking a little bit mangy, a little too fast. So after it's done, it's going to go. And I'll head to the nursery and I'll pop something new in, and I'll make sure that it's not anywhere else in the garden. I hope you've enjoyed this time in the garden. We have an entire season to share with you. I'm all cleaned up. I'm headed up to the cottage to put the finishing touches on our new rental. So what I want you to do is stick around on the channel, watch a few more videos here, and head over to ParisienneFarmgirl.com. That's where you can join the Old World Design Society. That's where you can join my mailing list, so you'll get a notification when the cottage is live on Airbnb. We would love for you to experience Door County in our new rental. I'm so glad you're here. You know that I appreciate you, and I will see you again very soon. A bientôt.